What's up, everybody? Gabe Spencer, another edition of Out of the Blind Podcast. Season 2, episode 4, 5. I'm not sure where we're at. We're rolling right through them, though. So we're changing things up here a little bit on how we do things on the recording side. So we've actually, David here in studio, we've been working almost around the clock trying to get this figured out on how to come in and where you guys can see our guests. But the problem is all the guests we've been having or we've been trying to get on the show, they're all over the country. And so it's tough for me to get them into East Texas. So what we did is we figured out how to get them via a Zoom call, via some technology, via some rigging. It's been difficult, but we are working through some crazy little bit of technical difficulties. It's working well, I'd say. So definitely, first off, I want to thank my sponsors for this show. Our main one, Back Down South Clothing, Lindale, Texas. If you guys haven't checked these guys out, you need to. You've got to get on there. You've got to get on. Order a T-shirt. A T-shirt. I'm telling you, when you put this thing on, you will feel like a magical creature. It'll actually change your life. You could put a T-shirt on, buy a lottery ticket, probably win. You could put a T-shirt on, go duck hunting, shoot like 6 bands in a row. Like that's what would happen if you were to try them out the first time. And if you do, make sure to put Out of the Blind 15 in checkout. That's going to give you 15% off the magical experiences that you will have while wearing Back Down South clothing. So check those guys out, Lindale, Texas. You can check them out on Instagram, Facebook. I think they're everywhere. So check those guys out. But without further ado, I have Weston Brown. So Weston is a really good friend of mine. He has been on this podcast before. He was on here last in season 1. Came in and talked about just our normal BS. I hunt with him quite a bit. He lives down in New Braunfels, Texas. So he's down there in not really duck country, but there is still some ducks, and he chases some ducks down the south end of the state of Texas and gets a lot of cool stuff down there. And so I'm going to probably venture that direction into December, see if we can't jump on some more hunts there. But definitely, without further ado, I want to welcome Weston. I've got him on my screen here, so I'm going to be kind of looking here and then looking there and then looking back and there. We're kind of toggling. And we do have a little bit of video delay, so you guys will see that. So if you guys on YouTube are watching that, you can just, I don't know, watch him lip sync for a second, and you'll hear his voice. It's like a second delay, but you'll get by because he's very good looking, I think. Not in a weird, like homoerotic way, at least not for me. But welcome aboard, man. Again.
I just lost. Can you hear me?
I got it. So without further ado, I've got Weston. I've got Weston Brown. I've got him on this screen right here. Say hello, Weston.
Can you hear me?
I got you. How's everything going?
Hold on just a second. I lost my speaker.
I'll be damn.
How about now?
I think it's good.
You got me?
Yeah, do we need to start over? It went so well.
I know, it was going perfect, and then as soon as you went to introduce me, I lost
the
all
wheels
sound
fell
on the
off.
speakers.
How about now? We got it?
So, are we good?
I think we're good. I think we got it. We're just going to let it roll. You know what? People understand that things mess up in the hunting world, fishing world, and life. So here's another one.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show. The shit show sometimes.
Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy to be here again. Coming from duck capital of the world down here in New Braunfels. Looking forward to getting you down this way.
Yeah, so you hunt down there quite a bit, correct? Right? Normally? Or where do you hunt?
No. Never been to that lake.
That's right. It's actually dried up. It's not very good anymore. I've heard it sucks, and you just don't go there. I think, when you hunt a lot of South Texas, it's just coastline.
Yeah, it's mostly coastal stuff. It's pretty much the only option down here from where I'm at.
You hunt a lot of seabirds.
Yeah, a lot of
saltwater
redheads,
yep.
pintails, few teal mixed in there every once in a while.
Right. So what's it like? So what's it like hunting that type of stuff? I've never done it, so
it's different.
It's gonna be okay.
It's definitely the salt is a big big difference. From most of the stuff that you and I hunt together, being on lakes and everything, the salt is really killer. You gotta be careful with your gear, especially really make sure and clean it off really well. That's the
Right.
biggest difference.
Right. And alligators. You have
Yeah.
saltwater alligators.
So there are some gators down there. Definitely gotta be careful of them. They can get a little ornery.
That's what I hear. I hear if it's below 55 degrees, like get your dog. Like don't take your dog. That's true.
You mean if it's over
Yeah,
55?
if it's over
Yeah.
55 degrees.
Well, and even I
I'll
mean, I would
struggle.
say like if it's over like 40 degrees, man, I've seen some monsters down there and they get a little close to the decoy spreads at times. Little too close for
So does
comfort.
it get kind of western? Like is like freak you out? Like you just going out there to like if you don't have a dog, you've got to go yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's especially early season, teal season, and then even in November, like you know how it is in Texas in general, it's pretty warm, but especially down here in
Right.
South Texas, it it takes, I mean, you're looking at like late December, early January before you get any real chilly temperatures, if at all, which, last year we had some crazy cold weather. Really didn't that serious stuff didn't show up until February, but we did have some colder days last year than we normally do down here.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, we had the snow apocalypse 2020.
Yeah. So did you see
21, I guess.
the old almanac is predicting some more of that this year?
I don't care if it hits. That's what the thing. I'm fine with it. I hope that it does, but I hope that it falls within, mid-November to end of January. I'm cool with it. I will be excited, ecstatic, but if that crap hits in the, after that, I'm done. Like after January 31st, it can go ahead and get springtime. I'm done with it. You can take all of that and pack it away.
That is my feelings exactly.
Right.
I was not about it last year in February. If that stuff shows up in January, December, yeah, come on, bring it on. And
Right.
maybe not quite to the point that it was last year where like everything shut down, everything was frozen, nothing worked.
Dude, that
Like
was
maybe a little
crazy.
bit above that, but yeah, I mean, and even if it just comes down like maybe as far as Kansas and just stops there,
Yeah, I'd be good with
I'm good
that.
with that too.
Yeah, I'd be 100%. So you had I guess you had some boat issues. That's what's been going on. You've had some boat problems.
Yeah, so off season, try to do a little bit of fishing. Not really anything crazy, but I definitely try to get my boat out, get out on the water, just to get outside and enjoy the outdoors as much as I can. Um, Both my kids love being out on the water. Uh, here in New Braunfels, we've got the Guadalupe River that is just
Oh, dude.
beautiful, and so we'll go out there, and we actually found a little secret boat ramp, not necessarily secret, but kind of a hidden boat ramp that not many people use, and found out it can get you access to a private lake that's down here.
Oh
And
man.
yeah, we found that out, so we were taking full advantage of that. We'd go out there and just anchor up the boat, hang out, kind of
Sweet.
float around on some tubes, and um, did run into some boat issues on the last trip. Um, Ended up I don't know, hit something, and ended up over revving my motor a little bit, and she went boom.
Dang.
So she's down right now. So we'll see how fast old Marcus over there at Bayou Surface Drive can get her put back together. Maybe bumming some rides this year.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean I've cracked both heads in mine. So mine's in the shop right now. Hopefully that's going to get done. Will Carter over here in Gilmer, Texas is he's a he's a boat magician. So
Hey, he's good people too.
you sent him to me. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to be good. I walked in his shop and the guy was like next level. When I rolled, I was like, where the hell are we going? Like I was out there in the middle of nowhere, um, past weird people on the way there because I was out in the middle of nowhere and I actually pulled into the
You're
wrong
in East
place.
Texas.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to run into out here. I mean, I pulled into the place next door and it looked like a house and there was a lot of dogs that came out to greet me, but they didn't look like they were going to greet me friendly. And so that made me nervous, but I got out and this dude was inside this car. This is right next door. This dude was inside this car. I mean, it looked like literally somebody's house. They just worked on some cars here and there, but this guy's like, no, man, this is a paint and body shop. You got to go. I think they work on that stuff next door. It was like it's like businesses out there, but it doesn't look like. But even Will's place, I was like, I don't know if I was in the right spot or not, but I was. I saw a bunch of boats in the back and went in there and he hooked it up. So I don't know, dropped it
Yeah,
off. Here we go. And
I haven't got to make it over to his shop yet, but I've met him out at Caddo before, and I've heard nothing but good things about him. Does some really good work on the motors. Um, he actually had a longtail that was screaming at Caddo. Had it moving pretty quick. But did you get to see the exhaust that he came up with, that he's designed?
yeah. So I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it sitting there, and I haven't heard it. You know, that's one thing I can't stand about any of these surface drives is that how loud they are. Like, I hate that they're that loud. I wear ear protection just because it's insane loud. And you know, I fish a lot, and so these things are so loud. I fish the White River over in Arkansas fly fishing, and I piss every I get flipped the bird at least 10 times a day just driving up and down that river trying to fish. And I'm like, damn, I feel so bad. I try to like slow down when I see people. Sometimes I don't see them all, and I come around a corner and I'm on plane and like cut across some rapids, and there's a dude out there fly fishing, and I just say,
Hey, you should
sorry.
see the looks I get when I'm cruising on the Guad, passing these like $1 million homes, and I've got that exhaust just screaming. But I'm the same way, man. I wear hearing protection on mine. I make my kids wear hearing protection while we're out
Yeah,
there. Um,
it's crazy.
you know, I love the exhaust I have. It flows really well, performs really well, and that's about the only reason I have it. I would much prefer a quieter one.
What
And
exhaust are you
supposedly,
running?
I've got a Voodoo.
Yeah, I had that. That's freaking Wake the Dead from 1,000 years ago. I'm running a
Yeah,
Stainless Works, and that thing's still loud.
man, and that's what I see people all the time say that, you know, uh, if you want one quieter, go with Stainless Works. But I mean, I've
Not
ridden
true,
in Brassos, like sitting right there on
dude.
that pulling platform he has, and that thing sounds just as loud.
It's just as loud.
But now I haven't seen Will's exhaust in person yet, but I will say the Voodoo and the Stainless Work up to this point are the two
Yeah,
highest quality and best performing that I've seen.
I like that
Um,
Stainless Works because it didn't rust out on me. Like every other one that I had, I didn't have the Voodoo didn't rust out on me, but
yeah,
everyone else, every one of the other ones did. They all would like rust completely out on me, so it
they either
sucked.
rust out or the brackets crack.
Yeah,
That's what
yep,
all those BPS ones are known for. They just
yep,
fall right apart.
yeah, it's horrible.
And you get, I guess it's not as bad on a Pro Drive, but if you're talking about a Gator Tail or Mud Buddy or Go Devil, any of those with the horizontal shaft, like if you have it rust out at the wrong time, you could be talking about, you know, uh, metal shavings falling back into your motor, and then you're having all kinds of issues.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Um,
That's
but
crazy.
yeah, I mean the Voodoo and the Stainless Works are both super good quality. They flow really good. I do just wish it could be a little bit quieter.
Now I
So
saw a dude one time, and get this, this was custom, right? You know, all of us duck hunters, we do custom things. I would call them custom, and I
custom.
called it a dreadlock exhaust, is what I called it. And I saw this guy. It was I want to say it was a Mud Buddy, maybe it was a Mud Buddy, or I don't know. I think it was a Mud Buddy, or it was either Mud Buddy or Gator Tail. It wasn't a Pro Drive, and he took the flexible exhaust, like flex tubing, like stainless steel flex tubing, and slid it up over his exhaust, and then used hose clamps to keep it on, and then he let that go down far enough where it would touch the water,
Oh yeah,
and then he would in idle you couldn't hear him, but when he would take off, those things would like wave in the back, like they look like dreadlock, like something off of like the Predator, and they
yeah.
would just flow back there, and it worked. I watched him run it, and it wasn't that loud. I thought about doing that, dreadlocking it,
Well, I had
but I don't know if
seen
that'd mess up your flow. I think that would mess up the flow.
I feel like it would. I feel like it would change up
It could
the
probably mess your
pressure that
motor
you
up,
have
maybe.
in there. Well, yeah, especially. I mean, I don't know how the exhaust would work.
Does
If that would.
longer exhaust tubes mess something up?
I mean, I don't know if it would when you get off of it if it would suck water back up in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I did see a Mud Buddy years ago that had it wasn't flex pipe or anything, but he had exhaust. It was like dual outlet exhaust that came all the way down almost to the water.
See,
Um,
I'd knock that off.
and claimed it was yeah. I feel like we would
I
with
would tear that
the
off.
stuff that we go through.
No,
Definitely.
I don't know. I don't know how Brasso goes through all the crap that he does with that polling platform.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does. I was like, in
Well,
the power poles, I thought, dude, he's gonna rip that off first day.
yeah.
First day, he's ripping.
The power poles scare me more than the polling platform.
Dude,
I
he
don't know
got
how
dual
he
power
hasn't
pole
knocked
and
those
rolls
off.
through. I mean, he hasn't followed me through stuff. You have to be pretty brave sometimes, but but I could clear a path maybe for him. I don't know, but
Well,
I'm surprised.
I thought Brandon was gonna kill me last year because we were on a lake together,
Yeah.
and
Right.
we we'd split up or something. We're walking away from each other, and somehow I ended up back with him, separated from Conley, and shoot, I can't remember if you were there that day or not. Anyways, um, he had that center console and he had the pulling platform on the back. And so he has the center console to stand behind, and I'm sitting right in front of it. And he just like hammers down and goes through all the brush. And if anything's coming up, he just ducks behind the platform, and I'm just stuck there getting slapped in the face with all this different brush.
Right.
So it's going to be really interesting. He's got a new boat coming out where he's going to have a tiller. So we will see.
So Harper's gonna have a tiller this year.
Yes.
So explain, Pete. I've had Brandon Harper. It's, if you guys want to look him up on social media, it's at bharper5, and he gets called that.
It's B Harp, isn't it?
No, it's at bharper5.
Yeah, it is B Harper.
bharper5, and like
Yeah.
that's his name to other people in the duck world. Like that's what they call him.
Yeah.
But like if you had to, like if I had to explain Harper to somebody, like I would try to. I don't know how to describe him. I would say like an angry leprechaun sometimes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he gets real serious about duck hunting, and sometimes I like to poke fun. I like to poke the bear. You know, just like some of the other guys that hunt with him, Mitch and those guys that hunt with him. You know, poking the bear. You always have that one guy I think in the group that you get to poke a little bit. And sometimes I think they poke me, but
I feel like you poke Brasso as well.
Oh, 100%, 1,000%, because he's off the White Claws now. In season 1 of Out of the Blind, I kind of painted the picture as he might have been an alcoholic, but he's not.
He's not.
I don't think so. And but I painted the picture like that's all the guy's doing is drinking all the time. Which, granted, there are nights of Long Island iced teas.
It's just when all of us are together.
I think that's it, because I think it just sparks it up.
Yeah.
I do beer mimosas in the duck blind.
Oh, dude,
I'm ready
for that
for
again.
I know, but that's when, he was trying to explain to me that he doesn't like that. He doesn't drink whiskey. I'm like, what? That's the dude that came over and drank all of it. Like, what do you mean? But he I think he just gets cranky sometimes. He gets sleep deprived, and deprived of I don't know what else, and so he gets crabby. But so I do poke him, and I think everybody pokes him. I think that's he'll just like get over there. Do you remember the time? I know you remember this. Do you remember the time that the thunder came?
Oh my God. Yeah, I think we talked about this last episode.
Did we?
It was hilarious. I think it was me, you,
if
and
you guys
Brasso.
haven't heard this before, I'm gonna tell it again. I may have told it on another podcast. This was probably one of the funniest things that ever. I think I did talk about it, because it was there were some explosions going on for whatever reason a long ways away, and we had been rained on for like 4 days straight. And then,
oh my God!
And he was already so mad that it was raining all the time, and there wasn't any more rain in the forecast, but he was so mad at the rain because we'd been hunting in rain for 3 days straight that I got on my phone and I told him that man, dude, can you believe there's more rain coming? And he's like, whatever, I've already looked at the radar. I'm like, dude, there's freaking rain coming. And then it was like the perfect timing. One of those explosions went off in the distance, and I was like, see, it's thunder. And he lost his mind. And Weston's over on the other side of the tree.
Yeah, we convinced him that his phone wasn't updating, so his radar wasn't showing.
Yeah, because we didn't have service.
Both of us could see it.
Right. That was one of the funniest things. Like, you were on the other side of this tree looking at me, and every time one of those whatever they were doing explosions went off, you would like have to put your face into the tree. So
he was getting so mad.
Was beyond mad. He was the most mad I've ever seen. Not the most mad I've ever seen him, but he was real mad. Rain just kept going on and on. So, yeah, it's always something. I'm sure other you guys out there have these guys and they're in your blind or buddies of yours that, this stuff goes on. So always tell us these stories, because I would love to, you guys chime back in. I'll throw it back on the show and talk about that. Love to interact with anybody out there. That's our listeners and fans and viewers and stuff like that. So like Wes is saying, it's just there's always something going on when you hunt with people, the same guys over and over, and you grind it out over and over, especially when things aren't running right. Just crazy crap happens, and I definitely think that happens in the group we hunt with. So
yeah, people get angry, people start blaming each other.
Oh, 100%.
When stuff isn't going right.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. It's crazy, man. I think, sleep deprivation, starvation, just cold, and just
they don't even. There's never starvation when we're with you.
That's true.
But
that's true.
Sleep deprivation, yeah.
Maybe not like starvation, but it's definitely like we don't eat that healthy.
Oh no, we eat terrible. And actually,
I know.
I was talking to Brandon and Conley both about that, because Brandon B. Harper 5, he got super healthy over the off season, dropped like 25 pounds or something.
Yeah, because he was about to fat out of his Sitka. He was about to fat out of it.
That's exactly what it was. And he saw
it was
pictures
getting tight.
And he was like, man.
By last season, it was getting tight.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, dude, does that hurt?
Like
he would have to unzip it a little bit.
Well, isn't that why he ended up getting water in his waders and thought they were leaking? Is because he had.
Yeah, and that was like one of the last days, and he's like, damn waders are leaking, and then they were full of water, and it was cold. I mean, it was ice on top. We were breaking ice off the.
Yeah, that was a rough day. I wasn't even there,
dude. And then he's like, "Oh, they're not leaking. I've had the zipper down."
Yeah.
So it was just filling it all.
Well, he had to leave them down so he could breathe still.
Yeah, because they were tight. I mean, they were snug. They looked like a medium.
Yeah.
On him for sure.
But anyways, he did super good in the off season. I was really, really proud of him. He got with Conley and I guess like right after the season, and said that he wanted to get serious about it. And Conley and I try to work out all the time, and
I know you guys are in the gym all the time.
Eat healthy for the most part.
Right.
I've kind of been slacking off here recently. My knee's all jacked up. But anyways, he did really good in the off season, dropped quite a bit of weight, and so we've all three of us have talked about it already, about trying to be a little bit healthier this season, and maybe avoid the the donuts and all the sweets that we stop at the gas station for.
I know, and that's a killer. It's all that. It's because when you hunt throughout the Midwest, doesn't matter really what state. It could be Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Nebraska. It doesn't matter. It's something about those Midwest. I haven't hunted really outside the Midwest a ton, but I know one thing about the Midwest is it is full of fried snacks. Like, the fried snacks, it's everywhere you go. They've got a food case of like, if you can fry it, they're going to fry it and put it in the case. I mean,
dude,
everything.
What's really good is the Casey's gas station. Have you had? Surely you've had the pizza from the Casey's gas station.
Are we talking about breakfast pizza?
I don't think I've had the breakfast pizza.
Okay.
Just like
thank goodness. Like you just
The
hit a chord
pizza.
with me. Like the
Okay,
chord went
well,
ping.
let's go back to that for a minute. What's the deal with that?
Okay, so I have another good friend of mine. His name's Cody Voigt. I don't know if you've met Cody, but Cody he was originally
I know the name.
born in Iowa. I've made him an honorary Texan. Um, it's like knighting, like you made him a Texan. Anyway,
Yeah,
so he's like, I got here fast I could. But anyway, so we went to his homeland of Iowa, which
his homeland.
Iowa stands for idiots out wandering around. I was told that. I didn't come up with that. So if you guys from Iowa don't get offended, but the people in Nebraska told me that when I lived there. But anyway, but Cody agreed. But anyway, so I went up there. It was a couple years ago pheasant hunting, and I went up to a town of Algona, Iowa. Now, if you haven't been to Algona, Iowa, it's a town of not many people, and their favorite food is pork. A lot of pork farms up there, pig farms, I guess you'd call them. But they were all about you've got that's the only place they eat is Casey's. That's it. That's it. They had a steak restaurant which we drove an hour to out in the middle of a cornfield. There was a steak restaurant. It looked like dusk before dawn, like that place out in the middle. And then they're like, but they eat at Casey's. I think that's their main staple food. Is Casey's. And anyway, so they're like, you got to try this breakfast pizza. I'm like, what? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love cold pizza for breakfast. It's one of my favorite things, like pepperoni pizza. Everybody loves that. But this is different. This is like everything breakfast on a pizza, including the gravy. So
Oh,
the gravy, white gravy, is the sauce.
no.
Yes, yes, yes. Scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon, cheese, white gravy underneath all of it.
I mean, I could see that being good without the gravy. That just that doesn't seem right. I
Wasn't
mean, the rest of the stuff I already put bacon, sausage on
right.
most of my
So I
pizzas.
guess you're right. But that's what made it breakfast was this, and they would shovel it in. Don't mind
Mm.
me. And it was, I'm all about food and different kinds of things. I mean, come on. But that one threw me for a loop, and so that's what when you said, Casey's, I was like, wait a second, this guy better not be talking about breakfast pizza.
No, no,
So,
I'm just talking about,
but
like
we
out
should
scouting
try
or
it next time we're on the road. I'm gonna get you
I'm
guys. I'm like,
I'm
here's.
not gonna I
Oh
think I'm gonna
yeah.
pass on that, man.
Nope. You got to try it. Nope. You got to. It's like a rite of passage. And they may only have it
Yeah.
in the Iowa ones. I don't know, but
Yeah.
they
Well,
love it.
you definitely need to bring some more of that pastrami around.
I had a guy that just started working here at Accurate, Accurate Roof Systems, which is my other business that we have here. And he came over to the house this weekend. We barbecued some pork butt. We had some stuff like that going, and we were talking about wild game and stuff like that. I was talking about bear meat that I just got in the freezer, and then I was like, dude, you need to try this. Well, it was frozen, so I just gave it to him, and let him take couple of those breasts home. And he wrote me back and said it's like 47,000 out of 10. Like that was his ranking.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what you did to this, but this is the best wild game I've ever had. And that's it. I mean, that stuff is good. Like it's legit.
Yeah.
It's really
Well,
legit. I'm down.
speaking
I'm
of
getting I'm running low on it. I didn't shoot a lot of ducks last year, so I haven't got to
yeah,
replace it.
yeah. Last year we had a couple good hunts, but um I feel like all the birds showed up in February.
Every one of
So,
them, they all
yeah.
showed up then.
Well, the ones that didn't die,
Do you
I
think
mean,
it killed a
there's
lot? Do you think it killed them? You think that
uh
was cold enough to
there
kill them?
was, man, there was a lot of just birds in general, but I also heard about ducks too, that a bunch of ducks were found dead
Damn.
in
You know
different
it's got to be
places.
cold to kill a duck in the cold.
Yeah, well, I think I heard him talking about it on another podcast in Arkansas. They found quite a few, and I think it had to do with them not being able to get water.
Oh,
So
makes
because everything was
sense.
frozen,
Makes sense.
which I thought it was kind of built into them to fly south, but uh,
Hell, they kept trying. They were trying to fly south. I heard
won't
of mallards like
stop.
all the way down south, like Beaumont.
Yeah.
People were like, there's mallards down here, just covered up. I was calling Chris Swift, a game warden here in Smith County, a friend of mine, trying to get a free pass in February. Just let me at them one time. Nope.
Oh yeah, I met Swift.
Oh yeah, old Swifty.
Um, So you got any plans to go anywhere crazy
I'm
this
trying to,
year?
yeah.
Anywhere?
I'm trying to get to Idaho. I'm going to try to get out west. Um,
So
I
was
don't
last year was Iowa or Idaho?
Iowa. It was
Okay.
horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we would have hunted pheasants, but I don't. I think that it's no. But well, I say this: the locals had asked us, "Why are you here?"
I
That's
I was
not
wondering the same
good.
thing when you told me you were going there.
I mean, I was invited. I'm going off. I'm going off Harper, B Harper 5. That's who I was going off of, and I'm not.
I
There
thought
we
I
are.
thought
Blend
Iowa was your idea.
probably was.
I
It
think it
probably was.
was.
Probably was. It's not my idea. That's probably how it's played out, though. It was not my idea.
No, I'm pretty sure you're the one that first asked me if I wanted to go to Iowa.
No, because see, Mitch, which is one of all of our friends, he had originally had a hunt lined up there, so we were supposed to go up there with them, and then something switched where he wasn't going to go. He was going to go elk hunting or something like that. Something switched up, so we were just going to go hunt it anyway. And
He sent y'all on a gar hole.
it was a gar hole. It was
He
a
sent y'all,
freaking gar
hey guys,
hole,
let's
dude.
all go to Iowa. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to make it anymore.
Yeah.
That
Uh-huh.
that was that was the plan the whole time.
I drove all over that dang state, dude. Had my feet in the Mississippi River. I mean, we hunted all of it, and but you know what? It was hot. It was 85
Yeah.
degrees, man. It was just hot and it was
Yeah, I
miserable,
remember the Snapchats from
dude. It was rough.
Brasso and
Yeah,
Conley of them running around in short sleeve
it
t-shirts.
was
And I was like,
hot, dude.
that doesn't seem right.
There was pheasants everywhere. They were all over the ditches. I mean, they were jumping over the truck. I'm like, guys, we need to stop. And just screw the ducks. Let's kill these pheasants. Nobody wanted to kill the pheasants. So anyway, and then we traveled through Kansas and we got our butts whipped there, and we went. I mean, I went everywhere, dude, and it just was an ass whipping. Uh,
Yeah.
but you know what? That's part of the game. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was, you know what I mean. If I got him out there, if Harper got who, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, it's all, you know what I mean. Win
Yeah.
as a team, loses the team, I guess. And it was just one of those things where just the weather conditions were not right. And I don't care how good of a duck hunter you are or you think you are, if the weather's not right, the weather's just not right. If the ducks aren't there, they just aren't there. And I looked everywhere. I think we ran
I believe it.
8,400 miles on my truck last season. I mean, shot less than 200 birds. So, and that's not like me. So
No, that's tough.
it was tough. And I'm just law of averages. It's going to come back this year. I'm still mad at them. I got some debts that and they got to pay up. It's time. And
So we talk about it before every season. What do we think the outlook looks like?
oh, dude,
I mean,
I have no
we're
idea,
always
man. wrong. 100% wrong.
But you might as well talk about
I
it.
know. I don't know, man. Like people can't go into Canada, I guess now unless you got the COVID shot. So, I was watching some videos of some restaurants up there in Saskatchewan, and they weren't doing anything. They hadn't had a customer in like 2 days, like not a
Yeah.
soul in 2 days, because they've got some kind of vaccination passport and stuff that you got to have to go. I know a lot of guys they're not getting it. I don't care what your thoughts are on it. I just don't. I honestly, and I'm not trying to get political on these things. I try not to, but it's just not for me. I don't know, not because of it's just too soon. You know what I mean? That's like I'm not doing it yet.
Yeah,
I don't know
man,
what's gonna
I've
happen.
gone
They just
back
push
and
it way too hard. It just seems fishy to me, man. Like,
it seems forced. Yeah.
yeah, dude. I just, I get it, but I've known people now that got it and they had the vaccine. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what to
I
think.
I go back and forth on the vaccine, constantly.
Yeah.
And my wife ended up getting the vaccine and got COVID the next week.
I mean,
Um,
what's
and
it's just fishy,
she had it
dude.
pretty rough for like 2 days, but then she got prescribed that ivermectin, the
Yeah.
horse dewormer.
Yeah.
But she did a teledoc call, and the doctor actually prescribed it in pill form. She took that, and dude, she was better like the next day.
Wow.
Um, tested negative in I guess within 7 days. Um, so I mean, it it hits everybody different,
It
but
does. It does.
yeah,
I've had some friends
the
that's lost some loved ones, and I hate that. I hate that for anybody out there that's suffered from this horrible disease that's out there, and virus. It's bullshit, is what it is, and it's you know, I hope, pray that it wasn't something intentional that people did in this world, but it's a screwed up world that we live in. Just enjoy what you got for the day, and thankful that you're still breathing. So, um, but it's crazy, man. Just be safe out there, because you never know. It does affect everybody different. I had it last summer. Didn't really affect me. And my grandma, that's 90 years old, she had it, refused to take anything. It's not her style. She made it and didn't think that she was. She's down there in South Texas by you. And then, I have somebody else that's pretty healthy, gets them. Man, I don't know. I don't get it. So,
yeah, it's super strange, and I'm to the point now where I'm wondering if I'm either immune to it or I'm just asymptomatic and I've already had it, because I've been in extremely close contact with multiple people that had it. Obviously, my wife.
yeah.
Um, but then, there's been a lot of people at work and friends and stuff I've been around that I've never tested positive for it. And so, I mean, I don't know like if I'm just immune or what. And so that's part of the reason I keep going back and forth. I'm like, man, if I haven't got it by now, like, I don't know if I can get it.
Right.
And now, I'll probably jinx it and I'll probably have it next week.
Knock
But
on wood.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, getting back to like Canada and everything, yeah, they are requiring the the vaccination
And I think
card in
I
order to
think
get
that's
up
gonna
there.
I think that's gonna like last year, I thought it was gonna make the hunting better, but I don't know if that's what made it worse. Like, they didn't push the birds down. I was talking to Michael
S-
Sims back down south. Like, they didn't get shot at, so they didn't move. But I don't know if that moves them or if it's the cold that moves them. I think it's just a combination of all of it. I think last year just sucked. And
See, and that's what, we talked about that last year, and I was really unsure of how that would play a part in it. I mean, I know like a lot of people go up there to hunt, um, but I didn't think it was enough that would, move all of the waterfowl, force them, uh, to start their migration. I felt like it would be more weather related, but you're right. Like last year, I don't feel like we saw as many birds
no way.
until February. But
Right.
um, I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. But I do know. Um, I know Evan has it. He's going up there. He got his
Yeah, I know.
Fauci ouchie.
He got the
So
jab.
yeah. So he's got a trip planned up there. But the thing I'm really curious about is the drought conditions that they've
That's
had
been a big deal. Yep.
in Canada and the Dakotas.
Yep.
So I'm curious. I mean, maybe that'll just make them, fly fly right on over those states and head on down this way.
It
'Cause
could.
I mean,
Which
shoot,
I just
in
drove through.
Texas, we've had ridiculous amount of rain this year.
But I just drove through Oklahoma. I went up there. We've got another office up there in Grove, and man, I've noticed a bunch of those potholes. The ponds are dry, creeks are way low. So I mean, it can rain. It doesn't take much, and everything gets back out of the bank. But I'm thinking that, I don't mind a drought. I like hunting. I like hunting low water. It gives less places for them to hide. Makes it harder to get to them sometimes, especially they like to get on those dang mud flats and stuff. So it makes it hard to get to them and hide out there. But um, they don't have those puddles and all that stuff to land in sheet water where you lose a lot of birds too. Out in the middle of some pasture that Granny G owns, and you can't get out. She likes my duck. I like my ducks, but she's not gonna let you hunt them.
That's
So
what I was gonna say. I
you lose
think,
a lot to that.
with uh, drought conditions, I've talked to several people about this. It's either drought conditions or like crazy flood water to where you can get up into some flooded timber. Obviously with drought, there's less places for them to go. I think it's easier to find them, but like you said, uh, they get on those mud flats and it's very difficult to hide.
Dude, it's the
Um,
mud. Oh my
but
gosh,
I
the fear of
think,
the mud.
man, there's so many stock tanks uh, all over the country, especially I mean, for sure in Texas and Oklahoma. I'm sure that I know we saw it, Nebraska, Kansas as well. Um, so I feel like every time um, someone buys up, you know, 10 acres, they dig a stock tank.
Right. I
And,
would.
I can't remember if it was you and I that were talking about that before, but um, no, actually it was my great uncle. We were talking about it. He was saying he was flying over um, I think Nebraska, and he looked down and just saw all these like 1 acre, 2 acre ponds all over the place. And he was like, you know, somebody buys up 10 acres or they go build on their family land. The first thing they want to do is they want a little pond out there. And so you have all these little ponds, stock tanks, whatever you want to call them. And, you know, as we drive past those, just the ones that we can see from the road,
It'll,
once we get into duck season, you usually see 2 to 5 birds on those.
yeah.
So you just imagine like the ones that
Multiply
are
that
off the
out.
road. Yeah, once you multiply that out of about all of the ponds that are out there,
Mm-hmm.
um, there could be very good bird numbers in a state, and they're just spread out into
For sure.
small groups that you can't get on any big
Well,
numbers.
look
And
what
so
happens like when you see when that ice line forms up and all those little potholes freeze. Look
exactly,
how good the big water gets, because
exactly. We
they have nowhere to go, and
we t-
so you take all those 2 or 3 ducks on over 2 or 3 thousand ponds, and you put them on one big one. All of a sudden, it turns into where you can kill them. So
Yeah, and so that's pretty much what I feel like we need. You either need a drought to where none of those have water, or
right,
they freeze
right,
to where none of them have water
hundred
and they have
percent,
to hit big water.
100%.
So that I mean, if we do, uh, I mean, I guess there's a lot of water in Texas this
So
year.
your
So,
prediction, you're thinking not good, good, 1 to 10. We're gonna be
um,
wrong anyway.
yeah, I
So might as
mean,
well think it sucks.
I think it's gonna be better than last year,
I think it'll be better than last year.
and I
Gosh,
think the
if it's worse,
main
I don't know. I'm gonna have a bunch of duck hunting stuff for sale.
Well, well, I mean, if it is worse, hopefully there's a bunch of people that have a bunch of duck hunt stuff to
I'm telling you
sell,
what,
and they
there's a
just,
shortage of right now. Shotgun shells. I got people chiming into me going, "Hey, where can you find some shotgun shells at?"
dude, we have been
Yeah.
just searching left and right. Actually, my buddy was just here a minute ago. He said he had stopped by Academy and
No.
happened to find,
Oh, you found some?
yeah, he found a few, but not like cases of them. There was one case sitting there that was already opened and had some boxes taken out of it. I think he said he was able to get 6 boxes,
Dang.
something like that. But he said that most of the stuff he's been seeing is like 2 and 3/4 uh sevens,
Ugh.
which I didn't even I don't think I've ever even seen steel shot in that size. But I have a I have a case of 3.5s that I bought last year towards the end of season when I was running out, and all of a sudden everybody else was looking for ammo, and it was the only thing available, ordered off of Rogers. But man, I don't want to shoot 3.5s if I don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I was on Rogers Day looking for a buddy of mine. He was looking for some shells, and I called the guys over at Apex. Freaking awesome shotgun shell. But they were running behind, getting stuff to make them. Luckily, I bought some cases earlier this summer, like in June. I went in and bought me, 3 or 4 cases, so I'm solid. But he was like, "Man, we don't have any. We're trying to get some in. We're back ordered, and then we're trying to fill orders for these stores." Um, so there was but he had told me that there wasn't going to be that big of a shortage, but I knew better. Like this is, I knew better. But
So I've heard so many different things. Like I've seen several people say that the stores are going to put it out right before season, and I'm like, well, I feel like it's right before season.
yeah, I mean
And
we're 35 days, 40 days.
yeah,
I mean, come on.
and then I've seen other people that say you pretty much have to check the websites daily, and
Yeah,
then other people
yeah,
still say basically any gun store you see, stop in and buy whatever they have.
yep.
And so I actually checked Rogers today, and it's the first time in a couple months that I've seen they actually did have.
I was on there
Um,
today.
they had the Apex that you were talking about. They had 3-inch Apex case for I think like 230,
That's good
and then
stuff too.
they had a Federal Speed Shock for 170, 180, something like that. Um, and that's the first time in several months that I've seen them have any 3-inch steel shot at all.
They had that
Uh,
Royal. I'm looking it up right now. It was I was on there today. It was Royal Blue Steel, uh, 12 gauge 3-inch.
See, they didn't have
Number
that when I
number
was on there.
three. You can get a
Yeah,
case of it for $170. That ain't bad.
that's
It's
what
Rio, but I don't know. I've never
I
shot
think the
Rio.
Speed Shock was.
It ain't bad. Old
I've never
Royal
shot that
Blue.
Apex, man. I'm really
Apex badass. I'm gonna tell you, I
curious
was
about
given
that.
I was given a box of it last year, and because I was running low or something, and I was given a box of it, and dude, I'm telling you, it put a womp on them, and so I bought. I got it. I got a little deal with them. I was working out some content creation and stuff for them, and little exchange, just trying to help them out and help me out as well because I shoot a lot. So anyway, I got a few cases from them, and it turned out to be it's really good stuff. I mean, really really good stuff. I didn't have a problem with it getting wet. Um, I didn't have a problem with any of it going off. I had some other brands that I shot last year, and I had some pretty bad issues with it. So, uh, but it's definitely good stuff. Definitely, if you can get your hands on it, grab a box at Apex. It's called.
So,
I got some boxes here on set. S3 Steel.
yeah, I was gonna say it's like S3 or
S3
something,
Steel,
right?
and it's not crazy expensive. Like, not bad.
Well, that's what when I was looking at Rogers today, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was like $230
Yeah,
for
and
a
it's
case,
made here. They all make it here stateside, and is really good stuff,
cheaper
dude.
than that Black Cloud junk.
I'm not shooting that.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not shooting
Doesn't make
in my gun ran clean. I was shooting Migro the season before that. I was having all sorts of issues with that stuff. Not going off in my gun. Uh, I would pull the trigger and like just crap would come out, and then I had the wads getting stuck in the end of my barrel. So
really.
that was bad. So I went away from it, man. 100%. So and it was good when I first got it. It was great. It was great ammo, and wouldn't have any issues. It hit hard. I loved it, and then it just seems like it just went off. Like it just went. I don't know if they're still. Hopefully they fixed it. So
Change some
hopefully,
QC there or something.
hopefully they changed it up a little bit to where it's firing right, because some of that was a big safety deal. Those wads getting stuck in the barrel, like it happened twice. Not good. Um, luckily that second round I didn't shoot, so but it would have been a bad day. Blow up your barrel ain't good.
Yeah, yeah, that's never fun.
No, but dude, I'm really getting excited for season. I can feel it. It's starting to cool off, and I'm just ready, dude. I'm just ready to get back in the duck blind. I'm ready to get back on the road, sleep in the dumber, just run all around the
I was gonna
countryside,
ask,
dude.
you got the dumber set up ready to go?
It's ready. I'm probably gonna end up doing some different stuff next year. I'm not gonna do it this season because we're already right in the middle of the swing of it all, so I don't have time. But next season, I'm gonna completely re-rig the thing. I'm probably gonna. I've got some options, so I'll let you. I'll fill you in on it later on. I don't want to give all my secrets away right away, but
Okay.
it's gonna be some 2.0. Like when I first rolled the dumber out, it was next level. Now people have caught up to me a little bit, but I'm always building
Yeah.
a new mousetrap. So the new mousetrap is going to be next level. It's going to be 2.0. People are going to go, oh shit, oh crap, here we go. But the
Well,
reason I design that stuff, I like that stuff, is just because I don't like to stay in hotels, and I like to move quickly and on the fly. It's nice knowing Harper because he's got his little Harper Hotel over there,
the
uh,
Harper Hacienda.
Harper Hacienda. Um,
Yeah, well, I mean, with hotels, I mean, hotels are great and everything, but I mean, yeah, our sport is already expensive enough. You start
yeah, man,
adding in hotel
it's
stays, it racks
expensive,
up pretty quickly.
very expensive.
So I'm I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully I can get my boat maybe ready at least in time for January.
Are you deer hunting at all?
Um,
Are you doing any deer hunting?
yeah, so my father-in-law has a pretty nice lease down there in Kingsville.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
we're gonna go down there. I think the second weekend of November. We'll be down there, and after that, I'm not sure. I know I have that planned, but
You deer
we'll
hunt? Do you
see.
deer hunt quite a bit? Are you a deer hunter? I mean,
Um, I mean, that's what I grew up doing. Um,
right.
I mean, from the time I was 6 months old, my dad had me in a deer stand. So I grew up doing that, and then I didn't get into waterfowl until like my junior year of high school, and
I
then that
got you.
kind of took over, and I was like, man, it's a lot more fun.
Heck
But
yeah.
I still love going to the deer lease and all the camaraderie that goes with that, especially his place. It's pretty awesome. They've got you know deer, turkey,
Oh
hogs,
yeah.
coyotes, bobcats,
I've been wanting to
dove,
eat a
quail.
bobcat.
I don't know if you could. I mean, I'm sure you could. I'm
No,
sure
they're
you could
supposed to be
figure out.
badass. Like seriously, I've
I'm
been
sure you could
trying to
figure
get
out a
my
way to
hands
make
on
it
one.
good.
I've been trying to get my hands on one. I've
Well,
been.
I'll see if I can take one out for you this
If
year.
you shoot one, if you happen to shoot one of those, just skin him out for me. Just skin it, freeze the whole thing whole. Just put it,
Okay.
just freeze the whole thing, and I'll drive down to New Braunfels and get it. I've been
Well, you
wanting
need to come. You
to.
need to come down here anyways. Let's get a hunt lined up.
Yeah, I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna be down there. I'm gonna be down there in December, so maybe we can get one of those coastal sea hunts
Yeah,
that
I
we
got to
do
show
here. And
you one of my new gadgets I have too that I'm super excited about. I
is it
got
something you can
for.
talk about, or is it secret?
Oh yeah. So actually you can look it up. Legends Cove Power Pack. I think I
Oh no,
told you
you told me
about
about
it.
that. No, yeah, you told me about that.
Well, I finally got one, and pretty awesome. It's like 160 hours of charge time on it.
Holy crap!
Um, and it's like in this little Pelican case, all nice and waterproof, heavy duty.
Right.
So super great for what we do.
Yes.
Being out there. As much as we use all our phones and gadgets, whether it's
Right.
phones, GoPro, GPS, all the different stuff, like it's great to be able to go, stay in the hole and
Right.
plug that in right
That's
there,
my
not have to
favorite.
worry about carrying a generator or any of that stuff.
Shoot, I'll build a camp. You guys roll up, I'm gonna
Yeah,
build a camp. We got a fire. He built a kitchen. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in it. I'm in. I'm in on stuff like that. I always like new
yeah.
gadgets.
So it's awesome. I love it. Only used it a couple times so far, and it actually has a uh, a solar panel to recharge it.
Sweet.
So yeah, so it's pretty sweet.
That is sweet.
Um, but yeah, I'll show it to you when you come down,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
sure we can put it to use.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, it was definitely good having you on the show. Um, if if you happen to get up in Tyler, Texas, definitely stop by and see me, dude. So
Yeah, for sure, man.
yeah.
Looking forward to getting with you this season.
Gabe Spencer, Weston Brown, another edition of Out of the Blind podcast. Appreciate you guys for listening. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Catch you guys on the next one. We got a huge lineup coming down the road. We got some big time A-list hitters, I feel. So stay tuned for that. Keep you entertained. See you guys next time.